without the wheel, we wouldn't have modern transportation or funny videos of dogs riding skateboards. But without the Name Your Price tool, we wouldn't have easy access to auto insurance options based on our budget. And, well, cars do need wheels. They also need insurance, and insurance never goes flat. Learn more about the greatest tool ever, the Name Your tool at Progressive.com. Company and affiliates, price and coverage, state law, not states.
If you can't decide on dinner, have everything. Golden Corral at 154 South Gary Avenue in Bloomingdale has an endless buffet with over 150 items to choose from. There's an unmatched variety of food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, prepared fresh throughout the day. If you're craving something specific, call or check out their menu. Golden Corral rotates the buffet often. Golden Corral in Bloomingdale. They're the only one for everyone. Visit goldencorral.com.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us too in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
This is WRMN News.
Marky B reporting. The bar that was the scene of a fatal shooting this past weekend has shut down and could face the loss of its liquor license or other penalties. As the investigation into the violence at Social Bar and Grill continued, Wheeling police said a person of interest who had been in custody following the shooting has been released without being charged. Witness accounts differ significantly, according to Deputy Police Chief Al Steffen, and he said investigators are still trying to determine exactly what happened. Jacob Taylor, 24 years old, of Hampshire, was killed during an altercation about 2 a.m. Sunday inside the bar. He was there to see rapper King Louie perform. Punitive action against the bar and its owner, Elgin resident David Brown, could include suspension or revocation of the liquor license and fines. Sunday's fatal shooting was not the first at a bar that Brown owns. Back in 2021, 23-year-old Khalif McAllister of Aurora was killed and 3 other people were wounded in front of Trilogy in St. Charles. Brown owns and manages Social Bar and Grill and also owned Trilogy. After months of warnings about the fiscal cliff facing transit agents when COVID-19 relief money expires, Metro leaders made a bold statement yesterday speculating there could be as much as a $40 or a 40% reduction in services beginning in 2027 due to an expected budget hole. Remarks made by Metra Executive Director Jim Derwinski came after directors asked if the commuter railroad was readying for 2026. Federal pandemic aid runs out for Metra, PACE, and the Chicago Transit Authority. COVID-19 decimated public transit ridership. Metra is still below 2019 levels of passengers and fare revenues. I'm Marky B on the Talk of the Town.
WRMN News, produced in Studio 14 by the River Media Network.
To create a long-term partnership that gives your brand 360 degrees of exposure. Visit them at 506 Sundown Road in South Elgin. Image 360 South Elgin. Bold solutions, exceptional support. Welcome in. It's Talk Time with Tammy and Friends. I'm your host, Tammy Scully. I'm going to be here with Mary Corbett. We're broadcasting live from Nashville, Tennessee. And we've got Miss Nancy French standing by in Dallas, Texas today, doing her prom queen wave. Is that from your days as like homecoming?
It's so the rest of my arm doesn't wiggle.
Oh.
Oh, I like that. Then I can do that.
It's the queen wave, right?
I like
Yes,
it. But I
yes.
didn't realize the function. Now
Oh, it's a function, buddy.
Oh, it is.
Function junction.
Oh, I might be able to do
Yeah,
this.
don't do this anymore.
No.
Yeah, like real.
You're gonna hurt somebody.
And then it's like blah blah blah.
Listen,
Okay, I like
hey, you
that.
can tune in and watch Nancy wave without the wiggle on
Yeah.
the YouTube channel today. That is at WRMN Radio on YouTube. You can also watch us live online if you'd like to do that on our website. That is WRMN, let's see, am1410.com, I believe. WRMN1410.com. No AM in there. I know this. And then we've got an Image 3, a text line that is sponsored by our friends at Image 360, and that number is 505-926-1410. If you'd like to send us anything, well, you can certainly do that now. So what's happening down there in Dallas? Anything? You got the internet back. That's the good news.
No, we didn't. Well, we didn't. Well, kind of, but not really.
Are
It's
you
spotty. It's spotty, everyone. Just so you
spotty
know.
at
And
best.
they may be
Who's the
switching over
carrier?
to my phone.
Who's your carrier, may I ask?
Who's our carrier, Mr. French? A sound.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
astounding.
perhaps that's,
Oh.
perhaps that's
Astounding.
your problem. Perhaps that's your first problem, right there.
It's not astounding.
It's not.
They bought out Verizon.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't know.
No,
Any,
Spectrum.
okay, Spectrum.
Grande. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, buying out Verizon's huge. Buying out Spectrum's not so huge. I'm gonna
I
get
don't know.
Anyway,
don't
well,
care.
we're gonna stand by while that gets fixed. Miss Rebecca is gonna join us probably in the 3 o'clock hour as well. So that'll be fun to catch up with Becky.
Yeah.
And Mary and I are just tearing up Nashville. Not really. We're kind
Did you go out on the town last night?
No, we
We
did
went
not.
to dinner.
We went to dinner
Okay.
with the town. When we've been hanging out with that little 1-year-old a lot.
Oh,
we-
sure.
Mr.
Well,
Reed,
he's cute.
he is
Ah,
cute. He was over
He
here.
is
this
very
morning.
cute.
He's been a little under the weather, but we got him back today. I think he's back to a
Oh, he's horrible.
same old Weedex this morning.
Good.
Yeah, so that's good. Nashville is a fun little city. It's been a little mushy out though, raining today. It looks darker. It's getting dark. I think we're gonna catch some rain.
Do you
But other than that,
do
everything's
you guys get tired of the I'm sure sort of living there part time. Do you get
Mhm.
tired of going to the, honky tonks and stuff?
No, man, Nancy. Do you want to look at who you're speaking to again? You want to ask me that question one more?
Never mind.
No, I do not get tired of going to the honky tonks, but you got to go to the honky tonk. Don't go to Broadway, which is the main street with all
Oh,
the.
that's what I meant.
No, don't go there. That's no.
Oh,
You
no.
Go there if you've never been there and see
All the
it.
bachelorette
Yeah,
parties.
it's all bachelorette parties.
Oh, I've seen them.
Yeah, a bunch of young
Yeah.
drunk people, and I like.
So you
I
go to
like-
off the road? You go to
Oh
off
well, so
Broadway?
Meredith grew up here. She knows where all the honky
Oh, okay, coolio. Yeah.
and I mean real honky tonks, like
Yeah,
not
that's
Broadway.
great.
Yeah, so we can hit those with
Oh, fun.
yeah, and then
Well, you love live music.
we do like live
I
music.
love live music too.
My neighbor across the street is in a band, and they're called. He's 78. They're called the Over the Hill Billies, and they
Oh,
and they
that's good.
and it is good, and it's him,
That's
a bunch
funny.
of guys that look like him, and they play on Music Row every Friday. So
That's fun.
if we're in town, we'll go up and watch him there.
That's cool.
Yeah, but
We-
those are local things that people don't really know about. You know,
Yeah.
those are.
Yeah, I want to check them out when I'm there next
Yes,
time.
well, come on
Sure.
down.
I know, I'd
We've
love
got-
to.
We've got 2 beds now, so I'm excited about that.
I bet
Possibility.
Mary's excited about. Are you staying?
Oh, it's so comfy.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
all
I
right.
mean, I slept like a baby
Yeah,
every
yeah,
night.
yeah.
It's been great.
She
Wow,
did this morning till 9:30. Do you believe it?
that's ridiculous.
That's crazy. I was up at
crazy.
6.
I don't do that
and it was
anymore.
quiet, and I was like, do I really need to get up this early? When I
No.
was up, and then I started reading something on my phone that brought to my attention something maybe we could talk about.
Okay.
Off and didn't get up
She
till
was doing
9:30.
research, and
I
then
was
she
researching
she
for
was
the show.
researching, yeah, and then she felt
Oh
bad.
yeah, I was doing that too.
Yeah, and then but Weedex was here at 8, so I can't believe you didn't hear him the whole time.
I know. I know.
Aw.
Aw. So
It's a comfy bed, Nancy. You'll love it.
it
It's
is a very
guarantee.
comfy bed. It is a very comfy bed. So what, Miss Mary was looking up or saw that it sparked her interest. Do you ever talk to somebody who gets too close, like in your face, and you're like,
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
they're called the close talkers.
yes, they are close.
Yeah.
Yeah, close talkers. I don't
Seinfeld
like
did
it.
an episode on
I don't
that.
like it.
Well, Mary's got something she wants to talk about, close talkers. She'd like to talk to you a little bit about being
A little
close
No.
to her.
No.
Well, actually, I defined. Well, you know what? We have a little clip to show you. Why
Oh,
don't you
yes.
go ahead and show that,
Roll
Sonar?
the clip, Sonar.
Roll it.
Stay
Roll
tuned.
the clip.
We're rolling. Well, let's find it. We're rolling.
What makes you soft and gooey, though?
What makes me soft and gooey? Soft and gooey.
Yeah, what
Treatment.
soft and gooey treatment
Yes.
when you're treated like a lady.
Nice. It's nice.
Someone comes in and
You're the wrong gender.
I know.
Gotta love Martha Stewart. So
Yeah, you do.
the headline was Martha Stewart pushes Drew Barrymore away during a touchy interview and says you're the wrong gender. Now, the clip is pretty short, but so Martha Stewart was on the show to promote her cookbook. And Drew Barrymore, I mean, she's darling, but she's like always like
She is.
voting, and which is a little awkward. So then I was like, what is too close?
That's a big couch to be sitting that close.
Yeah,
It's exactly
agreed.
right. If you
Agreed.
have the real estate, you should probably use it, a little bit, not all, but just a little.
But, then Martha Stewart, God bless her, she's no shrinking violet. She was like, okay, you are way too close.
Oh, yeah, I get that.
And you're the wrong gender. And the audience laughed, and
That's
it
funny.
was awkward.
Well, the
She-
question was awkward. What makes you gooey?
gooey and
Yeah, I know.
Gross.
Yeah,
I
weird.
That's
know.
so gross.
Wait,
No,
who has
thank
an
you.
answer for that? Like a
Who
regular answer.
writes that?
No, nobody writes that. She thought of it because she's,
Oh, that's brilliant.
well, she's a little off, I
Yeah, she is.
think.
Martha Stewart, she looked uncomfortable and she was confused by the question as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And so then for her, just saying, you know what, you're the wrong gender, to kind of make a joke out of it. But so I was thinking about that Seinfeld episode, the close talker who's
Yeah.
Close
like
talker.
with the Seinfeld, Mr. and Mrs. Seinfeld. And I'm like, what is acceptable? So I Googled it.
I think I know.
Distance.
What-
What do you think it is?
What do you think it is?
I think it's 3 feet.
Mm.
It's actually closer than that. They say
Okay.
an arm's length away, so 18
Arm's length.
inches.
Yeah.
Wait, your arm is 18 inches?
Well, the minimum is 18 inches and it can go up to 3 feet.
Okay, yeah.
Anything closer than 18
Yeah.
inches is actually called your intimate space. So I think,
Closer than 18, yeah.
I think Miss Drew does.
She gets into intimate space.
She does.
And she should be
Yeah.
intermediate space. I don't know. Does that have a name? The 18 to 3 feet?
Oh, we could make a name for that.
We could make a name, and
Mhm.
it'll be set in stone if we make
We
it
can-
here on the radio station.
Yeah,
well,
we could
exactly.
actually have a contest with your listeners, and whoever wins.
Yeah.
You know what? We used to tell the kids, kids with autism
Mhm.
that I worked with for many, many years, is you're right. We used to tell them stay arm's length back. Just
Mhm.
hold
Mhm.
out your arm, because that's another, thing that's difficult for some people with autism, is that physical proximity. They don't really
Well,
understand
apparently-
that. So
You don't have to have autism to have difficulty with that, apparently. Or Drew Barrymore has autism.
autism.
But that's
But that is one thing we
Like,
tell them.
they
It's
know that.
it's your arm
Yeah.
distance.
yeah.
Yep.
That's
Like
really-
stand in line, even just total physical proximity. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty close to Tammy right now.
Well, that's 'cause
Well,
Siri.
stick out
Got a
put out your
microphone and a
arm. Put out
screen,
your
yeah.
arm.
No, we are now
Oh,
I'm sorry, you're in my intimate space.
are you in her bubble? We talk about being in your bubble.
Don't be in my bubble.
Nobody
Don't
in your
burst my
bubble.
and don't be in my bubble. And if you're in my bubble, you've definitely burst my bubble.
You're gonna
A stranger, though, it's kind of
Don't
weird.
burst my bubble.
you know.
I
Yeah,
know.
well, and
I know.
Martha was like not having it.
Yeah,
It is different,
Yeah.
So-
Well, the thing was, I think it was a combo of that really odd question, and then her just being in her face.
Right, exactly.
With her finger in her mouth going, what makes you ooey and gooey?
Yeah, okay.
No.
Not this. This
Not
is gonna be
this.
freaked
No.
out.
Go away.
Now I bet Snoop Dogg doesn't get in her bubble.
Oh my God. Oh, I bet.
The Snoop, she likes the Snoops.
Well, no, but Snoop doesn't.
He's a cool guy.
Chill.
He would not invade
Seems
your
like a cool guy.
your intimate space.
He would
No,
not. He would not.
No, I don't think
He's so relevant.
Go Snoop.
so. Nancy's been
Yeah.
stressed a little bit, haven't you?
Oh, Nan.
Yeah, I have been.
You've been stressed, and you've been looking
Yeah.
at ways to de-stress. You come up with
Yes.
anything good? Anything you like?
Yeah, I did. Well, yeah.
In place, yeah.
Okay. All right. I like to educate. My glasses aren't on, right? But I don't care. Okay.
There you go. I don't care either. Go ahead.
Well, yeah,
What's
care
that?
less. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So stress is a natural reaction. Can be good. It's a natural reaction of your autonomic nervous system. It can cause changes in your heart rate and your breathing, even vision, make it more acute. And that's been ever since humans were alive. Where it's built into us, and it's called a fight or flight mechanism that perceives danger. So, and all those things, with your constricting your blood vessels, everything, so that you can get out of there, right? You can run away from your woolly mammoth.
Yes, the woolies.
The woolly, when he's around all the time. But anyway, so it is a thing, part of our humanity that helps us survive over the years. However, the problem is chronic stress. So stress in certain situations is normal, but feeling stress all the time, or for you can have episodic stress, or chronic stress, or acute stress. Acute, episodic, those are things that you would expect to be stressed out about. But chronic stress is where the problem lies. So it wears and tears on your body. It has physiological,
really it
very devastating
disease and like all kinds of
Take
things.
years off your life.
Yes. Aches and pains, hives are a common thing. I'm sure you've heard of that. Even being really tired, which is like the opposite you'd think of stress, but people get exhausted. Dizziness, hypertension, stomach problems. We know about stomach problems. And just like you guys were talking about, is a weakened immune system. So when of course that lists a whole other set of problems when you have a weakened immune system, cancer, etc., can also kind of open that door. So that's kind of the physical changes. The physiological changes would be anxiety, panic attacks, been there, and depression. So those are, psychological changes, not physiological, psychological. And then behavioral would be, how do you cope with it? What are you doing? What's common to do is alcohol use, substance use in general, eating disorders, smoking. All those things, avoidance behavior can also be a problem as well. So what causes stress? Everybody's different.
What causes stress, Nancy?
What causes stress? Well, let me tell you, Tam.
What you got?
Okay,
I've
well,
got my notepad and my pen. I'm ready.
do you, Mary? Good.
Professor French.
Yeah.
Professor French. Illness can cause stress.
Yeah.
Illness can cause stress, divorce, financial issues, moving, having kids, don't we know?
Yeah.
Woo. Actually retiring, which I know. So
Really?
Oh yeah.
I had
a lot of stress.
I had zero stress, man.
Well, you're not really retired now, are you?
Oh well.
True.
Not really. Not from what, like I had that one career, right? And it was kind of my identity. But
am.
you kind of jumped to different career.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
from
did
the
too. I'm
yeah,
done
you
with my
jumped around.
big girl though. I'm
I
not
mean,
doing any more
you
high
were the hand-
rises.
Right, you're not doing any more of the big jobs. That's true.
Yeah. No,
Um,
I'm not doing the big girl stuff. I'm
but
doing the fun stuff now.
yeah, but
And
it kind of, and I'm better now that I'm busy, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's just kind of that identity that you had
Well, that's true.
is your whole life,
That's
and then
true.
you
And
don't have that
especially-
anymore.
Right. If you were in
You
a
don't
job, like
feel-
one job your whole
Right.
life, you were known. And when you, I mean,
Right.
because let's face it, when you meet people,
you're
the first
needed.
thing they say
What do you do?
"Ooh," and you can no
Yeah.
longer say what you do because you're not
Yeah.
doing it. So, well, I used to do this, but now,
Right.
I mean, you could
Right.
say I'm a sidekick on Talk Time with Tammy.
yes, you are. Yes.
Hell,
Yeah.
yes.
Both of us.
Yes, right. Well,
I had a
that,
career
well,
change.
of course you're going to promote that, but no,
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
you know, and you feel like I am not worthy.
Yeah.
You know, when you don't do, you know, your,
Yeah, you're not
your
needed.
job anymore. You know,
Yeah.
and
your
you kind of
identity.
feel like
Right. Yeah, I get
I got to
that.
do something. So
Especially, I think dudes get that a lot heavier than we do too. I think dudes identify.
some do.
their-
My husband's
their
really
job.
cool with retiring.
Oh, I know. He's been
he,
there
he doesn't have that issue
since he was 25. He wanted to
since
retire.
he's 25. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
30. When can I
Maybe
do
30,
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, those are everybody's different, and it's really it's actually perceived difficulties, right? Because we can all have an illness or financial issue, and maybe we wouldn't get stressed, but maybe our friends will. You know, everybody's different, right? It's perceived difficulties. So, but what can you do about it?
Well, how do you relieve stress? How do you? We all have different ways to relieve stress. What do you do?
Okay. That's a very good question. I have an answer to that. What I don't do is a cold plunge, but I'll get into that later. I listen to
Maybe-
music.
Mhm.
Yeah, I listen to
Music?
music.
Exercise.
I exercise. I try to get enough sleep. I just don't sleep real well, you know, but I definitely, you know, go to bed early and blah. So I do all that. I try breathing somewhat. I'm not real good at that. But
You're
yeah,
not
that's
good at breathing. I think you know.
breathing, slow
Uh,
breathing
Yeah.
techniques.
No, that thing works.
like box breathing.
That box breathing works. It's the only thing that made my heart rate come down when we were
Yeah, when we were
showing
together.
this box breathing technique. Which,
I did that this morning. Because for some reason, well, I know what reason, but
yeah, go on.
I'm
Yeah.
a little, you know, so I actually did it, and I looked at my watch, you know, like you did, you know, with your watch, and my heart rate went down as I did it. So it was
Yes,
pretty cool,
that's
you
the
know.
only thing that's got my heart rate to go down. So
Oh, you
that
have to teach.
I will have to teach you, but it
Yeah,
works.
it's really simple. But ways that people are doing things right now, kind of, and we talked about this before, is that cold plunge can help supposedly
I
relieve
know,
stress.
cold plunge has
No,
become
thank you. That's
super
stressful to
popular,
me.
and
It
it's
is.
supposed to be really good for your system.
Yeah.
That there's good shocks and bad shocks for the system,
Right.
good stress and bad stress for the system. And the cold plunge is supposed to be a good stress for the system.
Huh.
But
Yeah,
no
that's
thanks.
true.
I don't
I
even
know.
like my hairdresser used to say to when you're taking a shower and then you're rinsing out the conditioner in the shower.
Yep.
He always says finish it with a cold rinse to get to
No, I know.
it heals the hair shafts and makes it more shiny. I can't even
know.
do that. Like it's
No,
too-
I can't either.
What
I
about
think I tried that once. I was like, I'm just going to put
That's
some
what-
coconut oil on it.
I know people that there's actually in Arizona, a couple of my friends, they're like have membership to the cryo chamber.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And she swears by it. She's like her cells. I haven't tried it. I'm totally down for trying. it.
How
Are ya?
my sister tried it? She said she didn't see any difference. Like
Oh,
when
this
she got
gal,
out. Yeah.
Shanna's like it is a game changer
Placebo? No kidding.
for her.
Yeah.
So-
Well,
Well, what do you do do you know what you actually do in the cryo chamber? Because I don't know what you actually
you
do in there.
sit. You sit. Your head is
Oh.
out. It's like
Oh.
it zips up and your head's out and the rest of your
Oh.
body's in, and
Oh.
it gets I don't know something stupid cold. I forgot what
Yeah.
Mary's looking it up real quick right now, but it gets really cold, and then
Oh,
you're supposed to do when you get out, or and I don't know the difference between.
okay. I would hyperventilate,
While you're
it's
in
getting
there?
freezing cold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the little head would be
Well,
hyperventilating.
I think people are different too,
Neighbors,
right?
You and me, we could go.
People are different. I don't know, man. You guys go and tell me about it. But
Yeah.
another calming is dry sauna, which we talked about with Becky.
Yeah, that's really good. too.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, right,
Oh
right.
yeah. And a massage, is also
Well, yes,
supposed to be
you're
good.
Yeah, you're very versed on those. Uh-huh.
I am, and I do love them.
Uh-huh.
I do love them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But things too that you can do just is stress management is just like we were talking about is if you have chronic stress. So going to a sauna once a week or a cryo thing, well, that's not really going to be your daily deal. I mean, it may last a day or two or something, but really exercise really helped me today. I just went out for a run and that was really helpful. Walking is excellent because it just clears your head. And it's that oxygen that goes all the way through your body and is helping.
People eat when they're stressed. They do.
They overeat or they undereat.
Right. In order to deal with stress, they do the eating thing. Now that's not good for you.
No, it is.
Because if that's your coping mechanism, you need a healthy coping mechanism to relieve the stress, whatever it is.
Oh, right. I know what I was going to say. So my sister-in-law, Elaine, you know her, she told me something that I just held on to it because I do get some anxiety sometimes. And it's living in the moment. And I can't tell you how many times I've just thought, you know what? Let's not think about the future.
Just do right here.
What am I? Yes. What am I doing right now? I'm washing, whatever. I'm doing dishes.
So that pulls you out of an anxious moment if you think about like focusing on the here and now.
Yes.
Because the anxiety is about, because I don't get anxiety. I don't even know what it is.
I don't like you.
I mean, I don't know what it is, but is it always is anxiety always about the future? Like, is it always?
No, it's not always about the future. Well, no, it's not.
That's fear of the unknown, right? That's
and just underlying things that maybe even in the past have bothered you.
Okay.
And they're just there, and you don't, you just don't even really know they're there. But it could be past, present, or future. But if you just think about, what you're physically doing, what am I doing right now? I'm going to the store. I'm not, just stay in the moment. That really helps me. But
okay, good to know.
But meditation helps people.
That's a nice tip. Yeah.
Meditation, Tai Chi.
Meditation is huge. Yoga, people love the yoga for stress release. I'm not a yoga fan. I'll do Pilates instead.
I don't like yoga.
Yeah.
I like to walk. I mean, everybody has their own thing, and it's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay to have your own way to do that, right?
Mine's, I like pickleball. That's my stress. That's my happy place. Pickleball.
Oh, you do. You love the pickleball.
And Pilates. Those are my two happy places.
And puppies.
P&P. And puppies.
P&P.
And babies.
And puppies. So PPP.
And babies. And B.
PPPB.
All right, kids. Well, you hear that music. That means it's time for us to skedaddle. Bottom of the hour break. We'll be right back after this. Don't go away.
This is WRMN News. For a local focus, I'm Ben.
Hi, Brendan. We see you there. Thanks for listening.
Exhibit opens at the Gail Borden Library. The exhibit, which features 33 fiberglass reproductions of the mysterious Olmec heads, will run on both floors of the library at 270 North Grove Avenue until mid-January 2025. Also at the Gail Borden Library on Saturday, November 16th, a session on obtaining funding for a person with a disability. An AMI, NAMI, Kane County North Affiliate, is sponsoring a free session on how to be successful in obtaining funding for a person with a disability. It'll be at the Gail Borden Library, 270 North Grove Avenue, November 16th at 1 p.m. This event will be in the Elgin Room on the second floor.
Hello, I'm Dennis Green. Now, former Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz is President-elect Trump's choice for Attorney General. Connecticut Democrat Senator Chris Murphy says he's concerned about the pick.
This feels like a red alert moment for democracy. There were a lot of people, both my colleagues in the Senate and voters in this country, who didn't believe Trump when he said that he was going to turn the Department of Justice into an arm of the White House.
Just hours after being tapped for the Attorney General nomination, Gaetz submitted his immediate resignation from the House. A House Ethics Committee investigation into accusations of sexual misconduct have effectively ended after he stepped down. For WRMN News, I'm Dennis Green.
WRMN News, produced in Studio 14 by the River Media Network.
Roll into Bolero in Algonquin or Roselle and wake up with a story to tell. Bolero is bowling, gaming, dining, and nightlife with a twist. Score a sweet deal every day of the week and save big by checking out the daily deals online. Team up with your friends and hit the lanes by forming your own social club. Clubs offer lively competition and laid-back fun for everyone. From beginners to pros, make new friends, bowl, and hang out at a happening place. Visit Bolero.com.
Take a historic walk through the home of America's greatest showman, Al Ringling. Located in Baraboo, Wisconsin, you can view the grand opulence on a guided tour, now hourly starting 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Weekday tours begin on the veranda and on the weekends in the tap room of the Al Ringling Brewery. Behind the mansion, kick back and try a flight of craft beers and dine at this family-friendly stop. Visit alringlingmansion.com for more information.
Get ready for an unforgettable Saturday night of music on WRMN AM 1410. Starting at 7 p.m., join Court Stevens live from Studio 14 for the CD Showcase. Court mixes together a blend of his favorite country music tunes because, as he says, a song remembers when. Then at 9 p.m., don't miss the Pure American Country Radio Show, hosted by the legendary Hall of Fame disc jockey and voice of the Grand Ole Opry, Bill Cody. Enjoy the best in classic country alongside today's real country hits, perfect for every fan of the genre. But the fun doesn't stop there. At 11 p.m., join country music enthusiast Jim Dandy and Mike Patrick for Branson Country USA. With a rotating roster of special guest stars from the vibrant Branson entertainment scene, you'll get a taste of the best talent in country music. So grab your boots and settle in for a night filled with heartwarming tunes and legendary sounds. Tune in every Saturday night from 7 p.m. to midnight on WRMN AM 1410, where the heart of country music comes alive.
Welcome back. You're listening to a little bit of Girl Talk right here on Talk Time with Tammy and Friends. I am your host, Tammy Scully. I'll be here till 4 o'clock with my sidekicks, Mary Corbett, live from Nashville, Tennessee, Nancy French, live from Dallas, Texas. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, we had a little chit chat about stress. You know, weather can get you stressed sometimes if it's, you know, nasty, snowing, whatever. Not so bad in the Elgin area. You got cloudy skies today and a high of 50. So yeah, it's similar to what we have down here, although I think we do have some water falling from the skies a little bit. And then tonight going down to 43 degrees, Thursday the 14th. Oh, by the way, shout out happy birthday to Tommy Scully, my brother-in-law. It's his birthday today.
Oh, nice.
Yay, Tommy. Let's see, Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Friday's got a high of 54 degrees with cloudy skies early and then becoming partly cloudy later on in the day. So a little couple peaks of sun coming out tomorrow. That helps. Tomorrow night's going to get colder, though, in the Chicagoland area, the Elgin area to be specific. A few clouds from time to time, and that low is going down to 39 degrees. And then Saturday, I know that's cold. Saturday, we've got an overcast sky and a high of 52. Saturday night, cloudy skies and a slight chance of rain with 47 degrees. And then Sunday, this looks like the best day in the next 2 weeks of the forecast. Sunday is cloudy, but a high of 61 degrees. Yeah, it's in the 60s. That's probably the last time we're going to be seeing the 60s for a while, too. That is winds out of the southwest at 10 to 20 miles an hour, so it will be a little bit breezy out there. Then Sunday night, it gets cold. A few clouds, and that low drops down to 37 degrees. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all chances of rain. Big chances of rain, actually. So it looks like a wet week ahead. And the temps are going to be in the, it looks like the 40s, like mid to high 40s to low 50s, except for Friday the 27th or 22nd. Your high is going to be 22 degrees, or 40 degrees is your high. Sorry, on the 22nd. 40 degrees. Your low is 31. So that's what now we're going to start talking about snow in the forecast. I believe that comes into the forecast on Thursday night and Friday. Snow, the S word coming in. Don't want it. Don't want it. Yeah, it's mixed with rain, but it's coming.
You know what? You have such a cozy little fireplace.
Well,
you got your puppies you can
I
cozy
do.
up with.
I do, but it's still cold out there.
I
girlfriend.
know.
But
I know.
I'm prepared because if I
Wait,
get,
how do you have puppies there?
Well, they're not puppies, but Izzy's here.
Izzy's here. Izzy traveled.
What?
Yeah.
You want to see her?
Oh,
Do you fly with her?
Girlfriend, it was a nightmare. Can I just tell you? Izzy used to sleep and do well on the plane when I would go California and back, but I haven't done that with her in probably 10 years, whatever, 8-10 years. And I took her on the plane here, and oh boy, was it rough. Oh boy, was it rough.
Well, don't
And
you
I
have to
mean,
be a service
rough.
animal to do
Huh?
that? Don't you have to be a service animal?
Oh, I thought you said a circus animal.
An elephant?
Is
Oh my! Who is that dog?
That's Izzy. She got shaved.
No way.
They shaved her. They shaved.
Yeah, but she looks kind of interesting now.
Interesting. What?
It's kind of cute.
Well, it's growing out.
Outfit.
No, I kind of it gives her a younger look. Maybe it's just on camera.
She's youthful.
She had a little Botox.
She's she had a little work.
She went to a Botox party.
Yeah, she had some puppy work.
Don't animals have to be real service dogs to go on
Wait
the airline?
a minute now.
Calm down.
Izzy is a card-carrying service dog. I'll have you know. But however, they don't let you do that anymore.
I know. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, no, and I think if I was going to bring her on as a what do you call a personal animal? What do you call that? Emotional support animal. They don't allow that anymore either.
I know.
You have to have a letter from your psychologist or your whatever.
So what did you do?
I paid $125 and stuck her under the seat like everybody else.
Oh, you can bring them under the seat if you pay for them.
Under the seat. She's 12.
Oh, I didn't even know they could go under the seat. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I got to pay $125
I know.
each
I
way.
know.
And she whined the entire time.
People don't like you.
Oh, no.
they don't like you.
Apologized profusely to everybody around us. She whined the entire time. It doesn't matter how many bones I gave her. It doesn't matter what I put in there. She wanted out.
How about Valium? Did you give her some Valium?
I did. And then I gave her extra Valium, and I thought I killed her. Yeah.
Well.
She was still whining. So I didn't give her too much Valium. I don't know. The doc said give her a pill, and I gave her a pill and a half. But it was over a long period of time because she just was not comfortable. She was very unhappy.
That's sad.
And I am dreading bringing her back. Let me just tell you. I'm not going to do it again, by the way. If Izzy and Finny and the rest of them want to come down there, traveling by auto, because I'm not going to do that anymore. But
I agree.
yeah, be prepared for some sort of escapade trying to get her back up there, because it was and Bill was with me on the way down. Now it's me solo coming back. That's not going to be fun getting her.
Was Bill real happy about that?
He ignored it, like it didn't, like it wasn't happening, and that certainly wasn't his dog making that.
His technique
Did he
for-
act like he didn't know you either, Tammy?
Exactly.
Like, I
It
don't
was
know who these
avoidance
people are.
for stress. That's
Yeah,
how he
right.
dealt with it. He played on his phone.
No, yeah, no, I don't know that woman next to me or the dog under her feet. Yeah.
How long a flight is it? It's not that
It's
long.
not
is
bad.
it?
It's like an hour and a half, if that.
Alright, well.
Yeah, 90 minutes, I think, something like that. But
Woo!
long 90 minutes, she didn't stop. Like she didn't stop. And then she get, I put my toes under the cage and just wiggle the cage a little bit, But I think the motion of the plane and the rumble, it kind of quieted her down a little bit, but she was still every now and then, there was some whining coming out of there. We're going to work on it. We're going to work. We've got a plan. We're going to,
Okay.
Never bring her again on a plane. That's
No,
the plan.
That's one plan.
yeah, but I got to get her butt home. I got to get her little furry,
Yeah.
15-year-old furry butt home. So
Does she ever go in the cage anymore? Probably not.
no, never.
That's why.
Yeah, no, I know. She's not the only time she goes in the cage is to put her under the seat of an airplane. Yeah.
Traumatized.
I know.
Daisy doesn't go in hers. She goes in hers when she doesn't, when the kids are over in there, okay,
And she
right?
wants to get away
She'll
from
go,
them?
yeah, she'll go
Yeah.
in there. But we have to work on that too, because I wanted to do agility, courses,
She's
training.
good at that. Yeah.
And so you have to be in you have to get a collapsible crate, and those dogs are in there until they're out on the
Oh,
field.
and they have to learn how to stay in it.
Oh, they have to learn to be in there and be quiet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think that's not a bad thing. That's for sure.
Well,
Learn to calm down.
a bad thing if you're sitting in the seat in front of me. That's a bad thing because it's under your seat that whining is coming from.
That's stressful, Tammy.
I know it is, and it's a.
Yeah,
it's
those poor people. They
it's a-
probably
those poor
drank. They probably drank after they had
Well,
that
I was
adventure.
drinking. Does that count? That was my stress relief. My red
Yeah.
wine and M&Ms. Like, give me.
See, there you go. There's your
know.
stress relief.
I know. I'm not supposed to have red wine, but I only had one. I can have one.
You did?
I had one on the plane. Bill looked at me funny. He said, "You said."
Why aren't you supposed to have it? I forgot.
Oh, it
He
doesn't.
swore it off.
It doesn't. Like the next day's not fun after
Oh,
I
right.
red
Yeah,
wine.
well, wine does the same thing to me, but
It's bad. Like
I'd
I
have
don't-
to have more than. Oh my
Made a commitment
gosh!
on the air, Nancy.
But
no
I can
more red
have.
wine.
I can have just one. I can have just one.
You're grown up.
There's nothing wrong with one. Hey, all right. No, now you know what time it is? It's
What time is it?
It's time for Mr. Sonar to dig through the News Nation clips and see what he can find for us to chat about that is current events. What do we have going on? Mr. Sonar, anything happening that we should know about, that we should talk about?
We've got a lesson on the importance of wearing your seatbelt.
Oh,
An elderly woman is reportedly okay after she somehow drove her car off the end of a parking garage at a Midwest mall earlier this week. First responders say the woman's car landed upside down on the roof of Harlem Irving Plaza in suburban Chicago. Lieutenant Ronald Schneider with the local fire department says the woman's seatbelt saved the day.
Took us about a half hour. The car held up pretty good for us to be able to get her out, but we were definitely concerned with her well-being, but she was in great spirits and we were able to get her out.
No one else was injured.
mhm. She must be in great spirits because she was alive. I mean, that'll do it. I mean, what happened to her? She fell asleep. She put her foot on the wrong pedal. What happened?
They don't know. It was an elderly woman that drove off a parking garage, I guess an entrance or something, far
Mhm.
enough or high enough up that the car landed upside down.
Goodness. I mean,
Well,
that's quite the mistake.
that speaks to the
Yeah.
driver's test requirement.
That
you know.
Illinois is the only state that requires, what is it? What age did they
60,
say?
I think 72 or 75.
They have to
something.
annually renew their driver's license, blah, blah, blah. And, oh, your audio's out, Nance.
She probably thought she was going.
Do you have to take a test?
So in Illinois, we
Physical test, I mean, not a.
yes, in Illinois, we've discovered that Illinois is the only state, they're getting sued for age discrimination because
Well,
they're the
no.
only state that requires elderly citizens to take a test. And after a certain age, it's yearly. Sometimes then it's, I forgot the break.
Well, it should be. That's not discrimination.
But no other
You're-
state does it.
Well, they're not very smart.
The rest
All
of them,
49
49
states.
of them are.
All 49 states are not. No, I mean, it's true. We all say, you know, we walk on eggshells with that. And, oh, should we tell grandpa not to drive anymore? Yeah, somebody should. And it's hard for relatives. And if you had an objective
It's a hard
source.
thing.
Well,
Nancy,
it is, but it's dangerous. It's so dangerous.
Have you taken the keys away from one of your relatives? One of your parents? No, your mom never.
Well, grandma had to take away, Bean had to take away, had to tell Lump no more.
Right. She got to do it.
She did. Now, you know what? He's an Illinois resident. He didn't. Oh,
Well,
no, they were in Michigan. That's
He was
right. They were in
Michigan.
Michigan by that time.
Right.
But she took him, she took him, but probably
He did it. But if you're the kid, we've done it a couple of
I
times.
know.
Not fun, man.
Well, that's why if the state does it, isn't that better? That if they just didn't pass?
You can blame the state that you're the ultimate guy taking the keys from mom or dad.
Oh yeah, I know.
But you can blame the state and say you can't have a driver's license because you didn't pass the exam, whatever. I mean, that whatever the reason was. Eventually you're all going to get there to the point where you can't.
I know that. I mean,
Now,
you should just know that.
I mean, I know people in their 90s who are still driving and they're fine. I know.
Yeah, well, then they can pass the test. Then they're
That's
fine.
right.
But that's
right.
unusual.
In Illinois, they can pass the test, but if you're in another state and you're that age, there's no test.
Sky's the limit.
Well,
Is it ageist the other way? Because there are 8-year-olds that could probably drive a car and pass the test. Is it ageist? Is it ageist to go the other way? To say no, even though you're able to pass the test and you could follow the laws, you still have to be 16 to drive. Or is it ageist for us to turn around and say, okay, well, you can't drink until you're 21, but you can join the military? So if we're going to go down the ageist route,
there's a lot of weird stuff.
That is the true. Now that 18 is a true deal. I mean, you can go for a country, but you can't have a beer. You know, I mean,
that is kind of weird, isn't it? That's just kind of outdated.
The way it is. It is outdated. You can drive a car at 16.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
You can't drive a car at 8. I don't care what you
now,
say.
Now, Sonar, I'm gonna throw this out there. The 8-year-old doesn't probably have the maturity to drive, because driving also takes not only physical skill but emotional maturity.
Well, they don't. An 8-year-old doesn't have either of those. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Well, Sonar said, "What if he passed the test?" Which you never know. You could, you get those. Yeah, I don't know. Could maybe if he's a big 8-year-old.
But then they got to sit on a phone book,
But they might, But it's that, it's the whole kit and caboodle, if you will.
Caboodle.
I don't know. You know what? Test me, man. If I can't pass it, I don't need to be on the road. That's all she wrote.
No, I don't
All
have
she
a
wrote.
problem with it, but apparently there are some people who don't like it. So
I know. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are.
I mean, I think it's perfectly acceptable to test that, but what are you going to do?
My dog is insanely barking, so I'm going to mute myself occasionally.
Oh,
I don't know
why
what
is
her
your dog
problem is.
insanely barking? What's the problem? I don't hear.
Insane. Oh my God, you don't hear that?
No, we don't hear her. She's perfectly fine.
This headset is pretty good.
Good. Yeah, that's your noise canceling. Maybe you're just going to wear that around the house for giggles now.
No, because I can hear her, but you guys can't, which is
No.
interesting.
cannot.
Oh,
No,
it's
we
terrible.
don't.
It's terrible.
It's terrible. No, not at all. We don't hear her. So, let's see, what time is it? Yes. Well, I think what we'll do is just go right into our, we'll blow out that spot break sonar. We'll just go right into our music history for today, if you don't mind. I'm feverishly, I keep losing my stuff. That's how that happens. So today, this day in music history, today is I know this answer, the 14th. It's my brother-in-law's birthday. Happy birthday, Uncle Tommy. And on this day in music history, let's see what we've got going on for you. We got a few things that went down today. I didn't find any birthdays that were that we want to mention, but we did have some other things. There was on November 14th, 2015, there was a pair of white boots worn by Elvis Presley during his famous 68 comeback TV special performance. and they were bought by a UK collector for $44,500. A pair of white boots from Elvis. Remember that collector? He was he was a little porky on that
He
one,
was,
wasn't he? And
yeah, he had blossomed a bit.
he was sweating profusely in that white jumpsuit. That's what I remember.
Yeah, that wasn't a good look.
No, it wasn't
Jumpsuits
a good
generally,
look.
jumpsuits, I don't know, a male jumpsuit, probably not the most attractive.
Well, yeah, you're right. But,
You know what I
girls
mean?
Get away with a black, maybe a jumpsuit, girls, but dudes, watch it.
Yeah.
Unless-
Except when my husband dressed up as Cher. That was pretty.
well,
Yeah, he could pull it off.
Elvis was wearing the size 11 Verdi boots while singing "If I Can Dream" 2 months after the assassination of Martin Luther King. The lyrics included quotes from the civil rights leader. That was on. That was 2015. In 2013, on this date, Paul McCartney posted a letter of his website calling on Russian President Vladimir Putin to release 30 Greenpeace activists from Russia. Authorities arrested during a protest over Arctic oil drilling in September. All the activists involved had their fourth UK #1 single. This song, my husband told me 3 years ago, maybe, that this song reminded him of me when we were dating. And he never told me about it until 3 years ago. So I'm like, you wasted 40 years of